John, I've brought a friend, an old college classmate, Ashley Blount from ForkingUp.com. Woo! She knows a little something about cooking. Woo! You know a lot about cooking. Woo! Me, I make a fine roast. Today on BoxMac. Ashley, you're from Western Massachusetts.
I am. I'm from here.
This is actually really convenient. If they lose you, they can they can take you there.
I should get an accompanying tattoo saying "Return to if lost."
Yeah, return
here.
to. We're actually not to poke you too much, but we're way down here.
We were in like a required theaters class.
Yeah.
Theater studies class. I remember sitting in the front row every day. I had no friends in the class. And I listened to her like talk to people. And I was like, oh yeah, her.
Not negative, no.
But the one that talks with the people back there. But years later, she became a fan of BoxMac.
Yeah.
She blogs about food on the internet.
Whoa.
My blog is called Forking Up. I kind of describe what I do as food for new adults. I graduated from college. I was on my own for the first time and cooking for myself for the first time. I did not have a lot of money.
Yep.
I still don't have a lot of money, and I kind of had to teach myself how to cook. I just started like collecting recipes. I got really into reading food blogs, and then I decided to start my own. And my first one was called Quarter Life Crisis Cuisine. But yeah, it's just good food that you can make cheaply.
Frankie, this sounds like a website for you.
No.
As we just demonstrated not a month and a half ago, you can barely cook meat.
We have a daughter on the way. Nina's plan is to show me a few recipes to kind of get through.
What if Nina wasn't feeling well on a particular evening? What do you do?
We're in America, baby. There's food everywhere. Just go right around the problem.
So you just go out.
Yeah, or pick up some Subway, something terrible for you.
All right.
Well, if you do decide to actually cook food for your
Yeah,
family.
I should probably visit the website. I'm gonna call now.
As a child, I was very fortunate. My mother made me do a lot of the cooking tests, but a lot of people at my workplace who were a little younger than me, no idea. Their extent of their cooking ability is throwing a frozen pizza in the oven, and even then they still screw it up. You don't live in Northampton anymore.
I don't live in Hatfield anymore.
You don't live in Massachusetts tattoo anymore.
No. I live in Austin, Texas.
Austin.
Ashley sent us a giant box of stuff that we opened at an unboxing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that at all?
No. Look at this. It's full of things.
Koozies.
Darthbrooks koozie.
Brooks.
I don't know.
Oh, you know who this is? This is Ashley Blount. It included some nice beer koozies that you still
Oh,
use.
yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
You're that person.
Yeah.
I remember it was from Ashley too, but I did not until this very second make the connection between the various Ashleys.
We've accumulated some Texas Macs. 2 HEBs we haven't done yet.
Yeah, they're kind of at the end of their life.
The Hill Country Fair one is these dino shapes.
Yep.
Hill Country Fair is an HEB sort of sub-brand.
Yeah, this is like a step below the store brand.
Yep.
Great value.
Yep.
Price first.
Yes.
Great
Or
value. Price first.
Great value.
Price first.
And it tells you what you should really be involved in. Your primary concern is price, or you want a great value.
Or greatness.
I don't think you guys totally understand like the cult around HEB either. Like,
I'm getting a little into it as I have more of their products.
You're gonna get a tattoo of Austin on your face.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I did a little Facebook Live tour.
Entrance of the HEB. Floral section. Really great sales. So much less expensive than Whole Foods. The meal deals are awesome. Salsa section, Jelly Belly area. I get this soda all the time. This is the beauty section. It's bigger than the natural food section. It uses cane sugar and I think stevia. So many mac and cheeses here.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go see Frankie and Junt, and I wanna like show them how awesome HEB is. And as I'm going through, I'm like, we're just kind of a regular supermarket.
Look, you turn on a burner with no boil. No pot on that burner. No pot on that burner. No, that's not the right one. Look, it fell off. One of these has to go in the rapid.
This one I brought with me on the plane, and they stopped me at security because like the foil pack inside. It was either this or the Donald Trump prayer candle that I got from my parents. I got it in their meal deal combos. I bought one item, I think it was like sausages, and I got these, I got chips, I got guacamole, and a thing of soda, like all for free because I bought the sausage.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's like one of the reasons why everybody loves HEB.
It makes sense. I was wondering, like, how can you really be that faithful to essentially Walmart? You know, local Walmart?
Well, I think it's more like Market Basket.
Are people bat for Market Basket?
A little bit.
We don't have one nearby?
We have to go all the way to New Bedford, and that's 8
one.
minutes too far. We're getting one in Fall River. Yeah, where the Harbor Mall used to be, where Kmart used to be. You can see that episode. Yeah.
The Kmart one.
Yeah.
And then we'll leave a question mark box somewhere for a future market basket.
Up here.
Could be in FY20.
Yeah, FY. I want to see that box there, and I want to see it unfilled for 3 years. Can you make it happen, Frankie?
You know I can. You know I'm on my game.
All right. This dino shape, they're very intricate. The Stegosaurus is really good, even though it's not called a Stegosaurus anymore, is it? There's a T-Rex. There's a pterodactyl. There's a lot of different types.
Charles Butt has signed the guarantee.
Charles and Howard, the Butt Brothers.
They actually were the Butt Brothers.
Well, I mean, I think they still are.
Yeah.
One of my friends had what he called the mundane Jewish grandma stories. Each time he'd come home from vacation, he would tell a story about like what his Jewish grandma was excited about. And one time she was like, Eric, I have a new doctor. You'll never guess what his name is. It's Dr. Butts. Wait for it, Dr. Tush Butts.
Wow. There really is a person out there named Dr.
Dr.
Tush Butts.
Tush Butts.
Because Tush Butts on its own is already funny enough for me. Slap a PhD on him.
I just want to do a little comparison on these two noodles. Thick and creamy noodle. Here is a white cheddar noodle. This is a standard tenderoni noodle, and this is a
Elbow?
thick and creamy noodle.
As the Italians say, a thick and creamy noodle. The 3 cheese was awesome.
Yeah, we loved it.
Contends with the Kraft.
Yes.
The thick and creamy, I just know this is going to be excellent. The white cheddar, we're finding good white cheddars left and right. And then the dino shapes, I don't think it's going to be good at all. So why even do the rest of the show?
Something we should consider here is that it's expired and opened.
I mean, it's just the pasta, and the pasta, because it's a cardboard box, air circulates through it anyway.
You're like the Bill Nye of food.
Did you know that?
Cardboard circulates air as it is. And so we can
You didn't
eat
know that?
rotten mac.
Now you know.
That's why you pack bulbs in cardboard rather than packing them in plastic containers.
Let a little air in through the
Yeah,
bulb.
because the air actually will circulate through cardboard. It won't circulate through plastic.
I didn't know that. Somebody on our Reddit shared with us a really fascinating video. It was the making of the Super Mario World themed Kraft
It was
macaroni
really
and cheese.
cool, yeah.
It's pop boom, stomp boom, own it on land. We're under the sea only.
Somebody who I guess must have worked on the commercial pulled it all apart and had like all the script notes.
Alternate color correction for Under the Seoni.
Mario jumps into the Seoni.
Mario's Splash.
Mario's under Seoni bubble trail.
The submarine live puppet.
Nobby needs submarine propulsion unit.
There was a time in American culture when macaroni and cheese was so important and Super Mario was so important that they came together. I feel like they're both still that important.
Mario was more recognizable than Mickey Mouse at a certain point in the 90s.
When I was in school, they had Mario Teaches Typing. It really wasn't a good Mario game. You typed and Mario made an action, but it was enough. It was like methadone. Mario represented not school. All things that are just junky for you and fun and me time. I would advance very far in Mario Teaches Typing and they'd be like, all right, we gotta go to the next class. Or they would threaten to not let us play Mario Teaches Typing. You could feel it in the room. When they popped, like as soon as Mario's iconography popped up on screen, everybody got all cracked out. It felt like home, felt like the weekend, felt like a Saturday morning. The opening music in Mario Teaches Typing used the CPU to make the sound.
Yes. How's those noodles, Frankie?
Done.
Oh, crap. Are we doing the roux or not doing the roux?
You know this whole situation?
Yeah, the roux versus not the roux. I don't know, I feel like if the instructions tell you to do it that way, you should do it that way.
I agree. Roux canceled. Permanent cancel. Is it weird to be in the Mac kitchen?
It totally is.
Does it feel like you should be watching it through EJ's lens?
Yeah, I love that painting over
Yes, Leonid Afremov. And his paintings are very inexpensive. He lives in Florida, I think. He would love to have you buy his paintings. He's an older gentleman. He paints entirely with knife.
there. Oh,
Whoa, that's so cool. I didn't know that. Wait, you are doing the roux.
yeah, I just started stirring when things happened.
I permanent canceled.
I'm an independent woman and I do what I want, Frankie.
Whoa! You just smashed the patriarchy right in front of me.
I did.
I'm gonna take it off the heat because John will scream at me if I don't.
Yeah.
He worries that the cheese and oil will separate. If you leave it on the heat and you do the roux first. Because John's a scientist.
This is a wonderful book, The Science of Good Food. It tells you all about the basics of chemistry behind food to help you be a better cook. It's an interesting read. Like the differences of cooking eggs at 1 degree versus the next. All kinds of cool stuff.
That's
like
interesting.
How cake baking actually works. Why does a cake become a cake? It's kind of cool.
I was introduced to like the science behind cooking from Alan Brown. He always talked about why you do something instead of just giving you a recipe.
A Montessori cook, if you will. He facilitates the cooking. He doesn't tell you how to cook. You tell you how to cook.
I'm the leading consumer of plastic plates.
So in food vlogging, like presentation is pretty much everything because obviously your viewers can't taste your food.
I've never really understood like why presentation is that important.
I have a big problem with overplating. Like fine French plating for me does nothing.
Like I don't want to spend any extra money at a restaurant to make it look nice before I eat it.
When I first started food vlogging, I had no concept of food photography at all. And so I would take a picture like just with my regular camera. It would be all washed out and like yellowy and gross. And
You ever notice that every falafel stand has sun-bleached photos of the food? I think if we did a Twitter poll, a Twitter poll.
You're gonna do that?
Twitter poll?
A Twitter poll?
I think that we would find that there's more fork people than spoon people.
when I was little, I would put a noodle on each time.
Yeah, me too.
That's a cute thing to do.
What we got here is almost a dark brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh! Ooh! It's my fault. It's way too much salt.
Dude, I can't eat another bite. Her first BoxMac experience. Like, I'm dehydrated.
Yeah, I want water now.
This is the thick and creamy.
And it's awesome.
It's good.
It tastes perfectly salted after the last one.
Yeah.
I'm rehydrating with this Mac.
It's got a nice, pleasant cheese to it. It is pretty creamy. I like it.
I think I prefer the 3 cheese.
HEB's 3 cheese?
Because,
Yeah.
yes, the priority seems to be on thick and creaminess in this case.
It is very creamy tasting. This is margarine. The reason I don't use real butter is because we throw so much of it out and butter's kind of expensive. This is thick and creamy.
This is white cheddar.
This is white cheddar. This is pretty good. It's a little thin.
Pretty mild,
Yeah, it's a little, I'm not
There's not a lot of flavor here. I would like use this as a base with like other things, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, I think it would do really well as that. I'm kind of digging it. Though it seems like it's really thin.
I'm not a fan. This Deluxe is going to be the best.
Think so?
Ooh, very nice cheese.
Oh yes, very nice. The Deluxe is obviously more expensive. What happens with Deluxes is as they get older, even within date, they get more sour. And this one is clearly just packaged because this expires November.
So, shocker. The Deluxe and the thick and creamy are clearly the best.
Yes.
I actually think that it's the Deluxe than the white cheddar.
I don't think the white cheddar's all that great, man.
I like it.
Not enough flavor for me.
And the Dinos, I'm very sorry. I don't even feel we gave them a proper evaluation. I may have added too much salt, and I don't even remember adding it. It was just, in the flurry of the moment.
74 episodes. You've never added too much salt.
That or the Mac was packaged wrong to begin with, and we just will never know.
Actually, tease for us.
Oh, yeah.
Next episode, I'm gonna make a crazy home-style gnocchi baked mac and cheese.
That time on BoxMac.
Next week, we're going to cook a proper mac. But in the meantime, watch the last time we cooked a real meal with the Gratin Japanese mac. And don't miss our recent Sprouts show on Red Cow Entertainment.
Look, you turn on a burner with no boil. No pot on that burner. No pot on that burner. No, that's not the right one. Look, it's still on.